You love going out, right? It's your happy hour. Your time to relax, unwind, enjoy yourself. But that's bullshit. You've been lied to. All of us. We've been brainwashed. In modern day, we've been fucking brainwashed to believe that instant gratification is fun when really is just borrowed happiness. That's all partying is. Even if you're only going out a little bit, or maybe like myself, you're doing drugs every day, all you're doing is borrowing happiness from the future. Of course, short term is very obvious. You get that hangover, you get that calm down the next day, and we regret it. So we all think, oh, it's so fun, it's so great. But when we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, including that next day, we realize it's not that fun. We realize it's not worth it. And that's how you know you're ready to give up that BS and you're ready to start really living your life, is when those hangovers, those calm downs become too much that it's not worth it anymore. I remember near the end of my addiction, it just got so bad that every single night that I was going home, I started to feel down. I started to feel like calm down that hangover. I felt so depressed every single night I was walking home. And at the time, of course, that was horrible. If you're going through something like that, it's horrible. It doesn't feel good. This thing that you were abusing to try and feel good has now stopped working. But that's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. That's God telling you you're ready to change. In fact, that's God telling you you need to change right now. I believe that if people don't listen to that, that is when life really starts going downhill. That's when they start getting really, really suicidal. That's when they double down. Then they start doing things like heroin. And they keep going, they get the signs. God's telling them, the universe saying, stop. And then eventually they OD, they kill themselves because the pressure gets too strong. See, humans, we're not supposed to go in this self-destruct mode. We get signs, we get messages telling us all the time, stop, but we never listen. It's hard to listen when you're constantly stimulated, when you're constantly needing to look at something. This is why it's great to just sit and do nothing. I was forced to do that when I was an addict. Everything else was boring. Everything, I'm talking movies, shows, games, all my usual escapes when I was sitting at home doing nothing was boring. So if I wasn't getting high, I was bored. I was intensely bored. So when I was sitting in my house, I was just waiting to get drugs, waiting to go out, sitting, doing nothing. But from here, this is where I started to change. I started to grow. I'm telling you, you start to see the real you when you sit alone. You start to pick up things like I picked up reading, which I thought I hated, but I tried it because everything else was boring and I loved it. And it's not just short term, those hangovers, those come downs, they're brutal, but that's not even the worst. You're completely borrowing your happiness from the future. All these goals that we have, and don't lie to yourself, don't lie. You have goals. It's very vague, sure, maybe you just want to be rich, maybe you just want a Lambo or whatever, but you have goals. Maybe you don't like talking about it, you think it brings you bad luck, bad karma, some stupid shit, but you have goals. And every time you choose that instant gratification, that TikTok, that reel, that joint, drink, whatever, you're choosing that little tiny dopamine spike that lasts a few seconds. You're choosing that over your real goals, see, because it destroys the fire. Sure, it makes us feel a little bit comfortable, numbs the pain, we don't feel sad, but that fire, that pain is your motivation. The motivation you've been begging for. You look at other people, oh, they're so lucky, they're so motivated. They're in pain. They're not numbing their pain, and so they have to push forward, they have to grow. You're numbing it. You don't have that tool. See, we can look at anything in this world in multiple ways, in a multitude of ways. We can always put a positive spin on something. We can always use that negativity, that pain for growth. Things like relapsing, things like those hangovers, oh, they're so painful, but we can use them to grow. That's God telling us we need to grow, we need to change. It also clouds your judgment. It confuses you. Now, I'm sure there might not be any scientific evidence, but I am a firm believer that any vice of any kind clouds your path, and you'll know this if you went through any kind of addiction. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted till I got sober. I was convinced I wanted to just do drugs and sell drugs, like an idiot. If you've been in any sort of addiction, you'll know this. All you can think about is that addiction, that bad habit. It steals your focus. Instead of daydreaming about your goals, visualizing your future life, which is where all successful things start, up here. Instead of that, you're thinking about, what drug am I going to do? What drink do I want to drink? Where are me and my friends going to go? Now look, this is obviously hard. 90% of the world, especially in the West, they don't do this. I mean, it's one of the greatest achievements for men to choose what they truly want over what their monkey mind says. To be able to say no to that snack because you want to be ripped. To say no to that little feeling of unmotivation. When you wake up and you're like, I don't really feel like going to the gym today. You're able to say, fuck that. I know that's a lie. I do want to go to the gym. When your friend asks you to go out, hey, do you want to go get some coke? Do you want to go hit the bar? You say no. No, I've got better goals. I know what I truly want out of life, and it's not that endless cycle of up and down, that endless cycle of, oh, I feel a little bit uncomfortable because I don't have my dream life. I'm going to run instead. If you want to stay stuck, if you want to be one of those guys that you see walking about your town, your city, just working a 9 to 5 that never achieved any of their goals, none of them, which is most people, because most people like to escape. Most people like to want. If you want to be like that, then keep living your life. But if you're ready to grow, if you really want your goals, one of the best things that you can do right now is to drop all your vices. We're all worried about, oh, what do I need to add? What do I need to do? I need to do this and that. Sometimes we need to just look and say, what do I need to remove? What's holding me back? And for everyone in this modern world is vice. Remember, you're better than that bag. You're better than that bottle.